Transylvania, a land shrouded in the mystery of the night, is a place that whispers tales of the supernatural, of a certain count known as Dracula. Nestled in the heart of Romania, this region is awash with rugged mountains and medieval towns, each holding secrets of a bygone era. A place where history and culture blend seamlessly, painting a vivid tapestry of human existence. Its geographical location, right at the crossroads of Central and Eastern Europe, has made it a melting pot of cultures and traditions. From the Dacians to the Romans, from the Hungarians to the Saxons, each has left an indelible mark on Transylvania's rich heritage. But there's more to Transylvania than its history and culture. A shadowy figure looms large, casting an eerie glow on this land, the infamous Count Dracula. A legend that has permeated the collective consciousness, creating an aura of mystique that's hard to ignore. But how has this legend of Dracula impacted this region, particularly its tourism? Let's delve into that intriguing question. The Dracula tale, born out of the quill of Bram Stoker, has become synonymous with Transylvania. This captivating narrative emerged in the late 19th century, when Stoker, an Irish author, penned his haunting masterpiece, Dracula. Bram Stoker, a name now etched in the annals of horror literature, was a man of immense imagination. Yet his creation, the enigmatic Count Dracula, wasn't solely the product of his fanciful mind. Stoker, in fact, drew heavily from Romanian history and folklore to breathe life into his vampire count. Stoker's Dracula, this chilling figure of the undead, hails from the misty highlands of Transylvania. A nobleman, a scholar, and a warrior, the Count embodies the mystique of the old world, wrapped in an eerie shroud of supernatural horror. This character, as Stoker penned him, is as complex as he is terrifying, a testament to the rich and diverse sources of inspiration that fed into his creation. The author never set foot in Romania, yet the tales and legends of this far-off land captivated his imagination. Stoker was particularly intrigued by the history of Vlad III, or Vlad the Impaler, a 15th century ruler known for his cruel and bloodthirsty reign. The chilling tales of Vlad's brutality, coupled with the rich folklore of Romanian vampires, or strigoi, provided a fertile ground for Stoker's imagination. The novel, published in 1897, was a slow burn. Yet, as the years rolled by, the tale of Count Dracula seeped into the collective consciousness, eventually becoming a global phenomenon. The Count, with his disarming charm and chilling curse of immortality, became a symbol of Transylvania, a land steeped in history and shrouded in mystery. And so, a legend was born, forever intertwining the fate of Transylvania with that of the immortal Count. This tale, spun from the threads of history and folklore, continues to captivate audiences worldwide, shaping perceptions of this fascinating region and ensuring that the legend of Dracula lives on, as enduring as the Count himself. The legend of Dracula has been a double-edged sword for Transylvania. On one hand, the allure of this notorious vampire has significantly boosted tourism in this picturesque corner of Romania. Thousands of travelers from around the globe flock to Transylvania each year, drawn by the irresistible intrigue surrounding the Count. The image of a cloaked figure, emerging from the shadows of a Gothic castle, has been etched into the global consciousness, and this fascination has been a boon for the local economy. There's no shortage of Dracula-themed attractions to entice these tourists. From the imposing Bran Castle, often marketed as Dracula's castle, despite its tenuous connection to the legend, to the numerous guided tours that trace the path of the infamous vampire, the Dracula industry is thriving. Even the town of Sighisoara, the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, the historical figure who inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula, has capitalized on its eerie claim to fame, with themed restaurants and souvenir shops adding a dose of vampire charm to the medieval town. But, like the vampire himself, this fascination with Dracula isn't without its dark side. The commercialization of the legend has led to a misrepresentation of Transylvanian culture that's often overlooked. The region, rich in history and tradition, has been reduced to a backdrop for a fictional character in the eyes of many. The local customs and folklore, the true heart of Transylvania, are overshadowed by the sensational tales of a bloodthirsty count. Moreover, the influx of tourists flocking to these Dracula hotspots has led to concerns about sustainability and preservation. Historic sites are under threat from overcrowding, and the natural beauty of the region is at risk of being compromised. Despite these challenges, it's impossible to deny the influence of Dracula on Transylvania's tourism industry. The legend of the vampire count has become an integral part of the region's identity, for better or for worse. The impact is undeniable. Dracula has brought the world to Transylvania's doorstep. Every visitor to Transylvania carries back their own unique tale, influenced by the shadow of Dracula. Imagine stepping off a plane, your heart filled with both anticipation and a sense of eerie excitement. As you journey through the streets of Transylvania, the legend of Dracula is ever present, looming in the backdrop of every castle, every shadowy alleyway, every local story shared over a warm meal. Take, for instance, the tale of a group of backpackers from Australia. Drawn to Transylvania by the allure of the Dracula legend, they spent their nights exploring the cobbled streets of Sighisoara, the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler. The air was thick with the weight of history and the unseen presence of the infamous Count. Their tales of moonlit walks and the eerie silence that fell upon the town as darkness approached forever shaped their memories of Transylvania. Then there's the story of a retired couple from Canada who decided to visit the Bran Castle. They had been captivated by Bram Stoker's novel and wanted to experience the thrill of walking through the same corridors that, in their minds, Dracula once prowled. The echoing footsteps, the chill in the air, the sense of being watched. It was as if the legend itself was alive and breathing around them. And let's not forget the young writer from England, seeking inspiration for her next horror novel. She stayed in a rustic inn in the Carpathian Mountains where the locals whispered tales of the undead after sundown. Every creak of the wooden floor, every rustle of the wind against the window pane, breathed life into her story, adding an authentic touch of Transylvanian terror. These are but a few of the countless stories that tourists bring back from their travels. Each tale, unique and personal, is intertwined with the legend of Dracula, shaping their experience and expectations. The legend of Dracula is no longer solely a product of literature, but a lived experience, a tangible part of Transylvanian tourism. These stories in turn continue to feed the legend, creating a cycle that keeps the allure of Transylvania alive. Transylvania finds itself in a paradox, caught between its historical reality and a legend that refuses to die. This region, steeped in history and culture, has become synonymous with the fictional Count Dracula. The challenge it faces is balancing the rich tapestry of its real past with the expectations of tourists, who often arrive cloaked in anticipation of a vampire-laden adventure. Transylvania is more than just the birthplace of a legendary vampire. It's a land of mythical beauty, where ancient castles perch on craggy hills and quaint villages nestle amidst rolling meadows. The area is a treasure trove of cultural wealth, with a history that goes back thousands of years, far beyond the creation of Bram Stoker's infamous character. The region has taken steps to promote these other aspects of its identity, to show visitors that there's more to Transylvania than its vampiric ties. The city of Brasov, for instance, offers a fascinating look into the region's Saxon heritage. Its Black Church, the largest Gothic church in Romania, is a testament to the city's medieval past. And let's not forget the charming medieval town of Sighisoara, the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler, who served as Stoker's inspiration. The town itself, however, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, celebrated for its well-preserved, colourful 16th century houses and narrow, winding streets, rather than its connection to Vlad. Efforts like these aim to shift the narrative, to offer a more balanced view of Transylvania. They invite visitors to appreciate the region for what it truly is, a place of natural beauty, historical significance, and cultural diversity. Yet the Dracula legend is so deeply ingrained, it's unlikely to fade away completely. And perhaps that's not such a bad thing. After all, it's this very paradox that adds an extra layer of intrigue to Transylvania, a certain mystique that only serves to enhance its appeal. Transylvania continues to charm visitors, with or without its famous Count. The legend of Dracula has undeniably left its mark on Transylvania. The birth of this legend, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, has had a profound impact on the region. From the eerie allure of the Carpathian Mountains to the chilling tales whispered in the corridors of Bran Castle, Dracula's influence resonates with every step you take in this enigmatic land. This influence extends far beyond the borders of Transylvania, attracting tourists from all corners of the world. Each visitor brings with them their own expectations, and each leaves with a unique story to tell, adding to the rich tapestry of Dracula lore. Yet, in the midst of this fascination, we find the Transylvanian paradox. Despite the grim tales, Transylvania is a land of breathtaking beauty and cultural richness, a place where myths and reality intertwine, creating a unique allure that keeps drawing us back. As the sun sets on Transylvania, one thing remains clear: the legend of Dracula will continue to intrigue, attract, and inspire. Such is the power of a good story.